JBNN will keep you informed. I am Michelle Jones, and in the news, cops celebrate conviction of reputed Clarendon gangster Avatar. Devon Blair, known more widely as Avatar, among the police claims a dangerous gangster, was convicted on Thursday of gun-related charges, setting off celebrations among cops in Clarendon. Blair pleaded guilty to illegal possession of a firearm and 2 counts of shooting with intent in the Manchester Circuit Court, abruptly ending his trial, which began before Justice Judith Pusey on Monday. He is scheduled to be sentenced on January 29. 3 previous gun-related charges against him collapsed because witnesses refused to cooperate with authorities, law enforcement sources disclosed. When the police in Clarendon heard that he was convicted, they rushed to the courthouse because they couldn't believe it. They were celebrating, said one police source. He's one of Clarendon's most notorious gangsters, claimed the source. Prosecutors Natalie Malcolm, Deputy Director of Public Prosecutions, and Sean Nelson were prepared to lead evidence that Avatar engaged members of a police team in a fierce gun battle when they attempted to arrest him at a house on Baylis Avenue in Clarendon on April 15, 2021. He was apprehended when he reportedly jumped from a second-floor window to escape cops and was injured. 2 illegal guns were seized at the scene, one of which had his DNA on the trigger, according to evidence in the possession of prosecutors. 12 Lacovia High students injured in bus crash. 12 students of Lacovia High School in St. Elizabeth and the driver of their school bus were taken to hospital following a collision along the Middle Quarters Main Road on Friday afternoon. Their injuries are not considered life-threatening. It's reported that sometime after midday, the Toyota Coaster bus was transporting students to Lacovia High when it collided with a truck that was negotiating a deep curve along the main road. The driver of the bus had to be removed from the vehicle by firefighters, while the driver of the truck was also taken to hospital. One of 2 suspects in teen's murder now in police custody. The swift action of the Westmoreland police has led to the apprehension of one of the suspects in the brutal murder of 19-year-old Enrico Chambers at Top Road, Little London in the parish on Thursday morning. Commander for Little London and Negril Police Division, Deputy Superintendent of Police Sean J. Mitchell, said that the 18-year-old suspect was nabbed shortly after the incident. A male suspect, who happens to be 18 years old, is now in custody in relation to the murder of 19-year-old Enrico Chambers. The police were able to shortly apprehend one of the suspects in the matter, DSP Mitchell revealed. Mitchell said a manhunt is now underway for the second suspect, who is still at large. We're still looking for the second person involved in the murder, he said. Meanwhile, the lawman took the opportunity to encourage individuals to find amicable solutions to conflicts. The police want to use the opportunity to urge persons to seek out other conflict resolution methodologies and to not engage in fracas with each other, he advised. He said oftentimes, the police have observed a number of unresolved issues. that could have been solved via mediation, resulting in murders. Mitchell spoke of the different avenues across the country that residents can access, such as the police and other community leaders. We have a young man who is now deceased and another in police custody, while we look for another because of a conflict that could have been resolved without the use of violence, he lamented. According to the police, Chambers was at his sister's house after 9 a.m. when an argument ensued between him and the 2 suspects. The 2 men returned with machetes in hand and attacked Chambers, who ran but was later chased, and several chop wounds inflicted on him. He was rushed to the Savamar Public General Hospital, where he later succumbed to his injuries. Teen charge for illegal gun and ammunition. A 19-year-old man was arrested on charge with possession of a prohibited weapon and unauthorized possession of ammunition following a snap raid at his home on Thursday. Charges Jamar James of Williams Lane, Kingston 5. Reports from the Denham Town Police are that about 5:30 a.m., a raid was carried out at James's home, during which his bedroom was searched. A Ruger P95 9mm pistol, along with a magazine containing 4 9mm rounds of ammunition, was found in a sock under the flooring of his room. He was subsequently arrested and charged. Meanwhile, the St. Andrew Central Police has taken 1 man into custody following the seizure of a gun on Hold Hope Road Kingston 6 on Wednesday. Reports from the Halfway Tree Police are that about 10:50 p.m. a team was on patrol in the area when they observed a man acting in a manner that aroused their suspicion. The man was accosted, searched, and a Smith & Wesson 9mm pistol containing 7 rounds were recovered from a brown bag he had in his possession. The man was taken into custody. His identity has been withheld pending further investigation. 211 tickets issued, 4 arrested in St. Elizabeth traffic operation. An operation spanning across town centres in St. Elizabeth on Thursday resulted in 211 motorists being ticketed and the recovery of stolen vehicles. Head of the St. Elizabeth Police, Acting Superintendent Coleridge Minto, said 4 people were taken into custody. At the end of the operation, we issued 211 tickets. 4 people were arrested. 5 motorcycles and 5 cars were seized. In Black River, a motor vehicle, which was reported stolen in St. James, a Toyota Noah, was recovered. The vehicle bore the license plates of another vehicle that was also reported stolen in St. James. 2 other vehicles suspected of being stolen were also seized. 1 person was arrested in connection with the stolen vehicle, said Minto. Sub-officer in charge of the St. Elizabeth Traffic Department, Sergeant Albert Simpson, said motorcyclists continue to lead in road fatalities. We continue to clamp down on these illegal motorcyclists. Last year, the division recorded 30 fatalities, 19 of which were motorcyclists. We're asking all motorcyclists to be extremely careful when driving their motorcycles and to wear protective gear, he said. Policewoman freed of shooting inside St. Thomas Bakery due to absent CCTV footage. District Constable Nicola Williams was attached to the Morant Bay Police Station in St. Thomas, has been freed of a charge of unlawful wounding after the court was told that video footage of the incident could not be found. Williams was accused of shooting Ricardo Burke, who was reported to be of unsound mind, on November 17, 2018, inside a bakery in Morant Bay, St. Thomas. Attorney at law N.C. Williams, who represented the cop, said that the video footage was necessary to prove that his client did not act in a lawful manner but in self-defense. After witnesses had testified at the trial in the St. Thomas Parish Court, lawyers from the Independent Commission of Investigations Indicom on Tuesday offered no evidence against Williams after announcing that the video footage could not be found. The lawyers were granted a fiat from the Director of Public Prosecutions, Paul Llewellyn, to prosecute the case. The allegations were that Burke, who was the complainant, entered the bakery in Morant Bay and began to terrorize the customers. Williams, who was a customer, used hot pepper spray from a bottle to spray him to prevent him from attacking persons inside the establishment. It was further alleged that Burke went towards Williams as if he wanted to disarm her. She fired a shot in the air, but Burke continued advancing towards Williams, who then fired a shot towards his foot and was injured in the left thigh. The matter was reported to Indicom, and its investigators visited the scene and took possession of CCTV footage from the bakery. Statements were collected and files were submitted to the DPP, who ruled that Williams should be charged. One of the witnesses said that he was present and saw Burke harassing customers and grabbing at Williams as if he wanted to disarm her. The policewoman fired a shot and the man ducked. She pointed the gun downwards and fired a second shot, and Burke ran off and fell in the middle of the road. When cross-examined, he said he was taking no further part in the proceedings and was answering no further questions. Despite the instructions from Parish Judge Tracy Robinson to answer questions, the witness refused. Under cross-examination, the owner of the bakery said he was not present when investigators extracted the footage. He said he could not say whether the video footage that Indicom investigators took from the bakery captured the entire incident or had any omissions. The lawyers prosecuting the case then told the court on the second day of the trial that they could not find the video footage of the incident and offered no further evidence. JBN will keep you informed. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.